everyone, it's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. And you know what? I kind of think I went live twice. I'm not sure if I did or not. But welcome to my YouTube channel or to my Facebook page. Remember, if you are watching through Facebook and you want to go back and look at the video, you only have 30 days to do that. But on my YouTube channel, it'll stay there forever. So welcome to Mystery Stamping. The clues today are embossing, punches, and designer series paper. So I didn't really know what I was going to do with that. I kind of knew what stamp set I wanted to use and what punch I wanted to use, but that kind of didn't help me. So we are going to use the sign design today, and we're going to do kind of a fun fold card, just something a little bit different. I don't usually do fun fold cards for my mystery stamping, but this one kind of is a little bit conducive, and I'm hoping it works. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed anyways. All right, you guys, so let's go down to the desktop. I've got to show you the designer series paper that I'm using is the one from the Modern Christmas suite. Now this happens to be the suite that we're using for our international stamp count. This designer series paper is to die for. But not only that, also the stamp set and the embellishments that go with it. Not the embellishments, like the twine that goes with it. And then they also have some beautiful gold hoops that go with it as well. So if you're interested in that stamp camp, and it's a great stamp camp for even if you are a demonstrator, because what you do is you get make and takes for 13, you get 13 make and takes, and then you also get access to a Facebook group where you get another 13 alternative projects. So it's a great stamp camp. I know if anyone's on here that's ever been to them, I know they really enjoy them. Lots of projects. Like I say, 26 projects for purchasing the suite itself. But this is the suite. We're not using any of this, but I did want to show you that. And this beautiful twine, it's black with the gold and white with the gold. I think we'll use those. And for this stamp camp, we needed to add on these gems on there just because there was no gems on it. But we are not even going to do anything remotely close to that. We are going to use the sign design, and this is the punch that goes with it. It's great because it's got trick-or-treat ones, it's got New Year's ones, it's got Christmas ones, it's got fall ones, and I like this one. This one is kind of funny, and it reminds me of, and I'm going to bring it up a little bit. This one reminds me of that particular one from the Spooky DSP. Oh, hello, Emma. Emma, where do you live? Let me know where you live, and then at that point I can tell you who you would do it with. I'm in Canada, but we have them in the UK, we've got them in the Netherlands, we've got them in Australia, we've got them in New Zealand, and we also have them in the United States. So let me know, Emma, and I will definitely forward that on to you. Hello, Sharon. Yeah, and I'm suggesting get it sooner than later because I have a funny feeling that certain things, in the USA. I will give you where in the USA, in the east, mid, or the west, and at that point then I can put you in that direction. Like I say, we have 4 down in the States that are doing it as well. Awesome. Okay, so this... So we're going to use that, and like I say, we're going to do kind of a funny, fancy, fun fold sort of thing. All right, so check this out. We are doing the black with the stars. Now, what does that kind of remind you of? To me, it reminds me of New Year's. So we're going to use this Happy New Year's and do that it may be filled with joy. So I'm going to show you how that's going to work, and then I'll show you all this other goodies with this particular one. I do have a scrap piece of black paper. And now I always say check the way that your punch goes. Like if this is going to go, what we're going to want to do is have it up towards the top. So we're going to do this Happy New Year. And that's the part that I'm doing for embossing. Like, that was one of the clues. So you can take it and you can say, well, I don't really like heat embossing, but I really like doing like the embossing folders. I left it that open that you could do any of that. Okay, so this is the Happy New Year. Now, I am thinking that this might need a bit because of this New Year part. It's quite solid, so I'm just rubbing my hands over it to season that. Okay. And then we're just going to pick this up here. Might have to do it this way. And the other part that goes along with this, may it be filled with joy, with, oh, that's the thanks one. Just bear with me here. Where it says, may it be filled with joy. I'm going to just put that onto another stamp or ink pad or stamp pad block. And we're going to put that on there after we've stamped it or punched it out. Yeah, this DSP is just, oh, it's to die for. Okay, so let's get that seasoned up. Now, I did leave a tip that I was in on a global share that I'm in about, you know how you get all this stuff on your black or your dark embossing paper when you do embossing. Well, I'm going to show you a way to get rid of that on there. Okay, so we're just going to come in here and let's just hope that this does. I dipped it down. Northwest Indiana. Okay, I will forward to you. Actually, just personal message me on my Facebook, Emma, and I will give you the names of the different people. Okay, so that I'm going to come in with my gold embossing because that's the part of the gold. Did you do it with somebody else before? I'm trying to think who you might have done it with. You might have done it with Sharon. Okay, so there we have that. So let's go and get that heat set. I'm just going to heat that up. Yeah, this DSP is just unbelievable, that's for sure. So like I say, I'm doing this part on here, and I might decide that I'm not even going to do the other part on there, but I think it would be really, really kind of nice to do it. So there. And when I'm talking about that extra residue, it's usually the stuff from the Embossing Buddy. And all you have to do is take an eraser. You can take a Staedtler eraser, or I have one of these sand erasers. I'm not using that part. And I'm just going in and I can just erase that part right off. Now let's see if I can get this on here so it looks good. You know what? Let's punch this out first. Now the one thing with this punch, it does have a curve at the top, and all of these sentiments, and there's a bunch of other sentiments that we can use on here as well. So let's just go in there. And you know what? I may not get. I think I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to put that double one on there. But doesn't that look so new yearish? And I'm punching out a second one. And you'll see why in just a second. Okay, so let's just put that away. So yeah, if you have any of that residue from your embossing, you were in a group with no, not at all, Emma. No, ours is an international stamp camp. This will be our 15th stamp camp that we've done. It is truly, truly amazing, but no, Karen's not in it. So if you are interested, let me know and I can get you in the right spot. All right, I punched out a second one and now I don't know where I put it. Excuse me. Isn't that silly? You guys, where did I put it? Oh, it's right here. Okay, so I have a second one that's here as well. All right, so let's put this card together. And yeah, like I say, this goes with Merry and Bright. This is like a negative stamp. You would you're going to get most of the color, and then this Merry and Bright is going to be the pop-up back color. This one is gorgeous. I did get a swap using this particular one, and it's gorgeous. I put Trick or Treat, Be Sweet, and I put some bats in the middle for another one. And like I say, this one could go with the spooky, or it can also go with a birthday one as well. All right, so I have my card base, which is 5.5 by 8.5, and let's score it into the mountain. And we'll just use our bone folder and get a really good fold on there. Now I've gone ahead and I've used a full piece of designer series paper to fit the front, which is 4 by 5.25. And this is neat too. If you like black and white cards, it's amazing as well. But this Stamp Camp, ooh, it's so good. Okay, and here. Okay, I do have a piece of Very Vanilla to go on the inside. I thought it looked better than, say, a white on there. Okay, now I have this piece here that happens to be 4 inches by 7, and just let me look at my tutorial notes, by 7 3/4. And I've gone ahead and I've scored it at 1 1/4. So we're going to go valley, mountain, valley, mountain. Okay, so anyways, it's 1 1/4, 2 1/2, 3 3/4, and then 5. So it's in increments of 1 1/4 all the way along there. So let's just go. Okay, I'm only seeing this. I don't know why I'm not getting. I'm gonna go to the main, see if I can get everybody's comments on here. So then I'm going to get a really good score line here. Yeah, most of my people, hello, Lorraine, you're not that late. Hello, Lena. Yeah, I couldn't see my Facebook people there. All right, so like I say, this is 4 1/4 by 7 3/4. And then I've got this piece of gold, and it happens to be, no, I think this is 4 inches, sorry. Let me just go in. I'm pretty sure that's 4 inches. Yes, sorry. This is 4 inches by 7 3/4, scored at the 1 1/4, 2 1/2, 3 3/4, and 5. And then this piece of gold happens to be 4 1/4 by, didn't write these ones down, by 3 inches. Now, if you are the type of person that likes to have save this designer series paper, you could have cut that square out of there. But you know what? I think it's good enough that we could go ahead and just put that there. Now, it's gold foil, so I am going to stay away as much as I can from the glue. The glue, as soon as it hits our foil, it makes it go dull, and you can't get that glue off. So I'm just using this seal. We're just going to put that right there. And then this piece here happens to be, oh, I changed the measurements. That's what I did from my tutorial. 2 1/2 by 3 3/4. And that looks, you haven't really got much to do writing on, except we're going to do all of our writing on the inside. So let's go ahead and put that right there. Again, we're playing with foil, and foil's around us, so I don't want to have any of that glue. And the way I've been stamping and gluing lately, I have lots. Now remember, when you do use the seal, that what you want to do is you want to go ahead and burnish that down. So then this part is going to go right onto there, and then this is going on here. So at this point you could do a belly band, but I don't like doing belly bands sometimes because then you can't stand your card up. But that's entirely up to you. But this card isn't going to have a belly band. This piece is 1 inch by 3 3/4 inches. Let me just double check that. that. Yes, 3 3/4 inches. And then this is going to go right here. Like I say, quite an elegant card, right? For a New Year's card. But to me, New Year's should be elegant anyways. So geez, I got a New Year's card done. So we're just going to fold that like that and get this right in the middle. This piece here. Like that. Now, at this point, this part here is just gonna go on here. Now, there's 2 ways that we could do this. We could turn around and I could punch another one, but it wouldn't quite work. So I could go and also I could turn around and I could fussy cut it. But what I thought I could do, and I think it would work, is if I take a 2-inch punch, and I don't know if 2 inches is going to be enough. I think 2-inch would work. And when in this gold, I'm just going to punch out a 2-inch circle. And we're just going to put this on here like that. And if we wanted to, and it probably would be better, so let me just grab that, is punch out a black as well. I don't have a scrap piece of black. So what we're gonna do, you know what, I do. So let's do this. And I'm gonna punch out a 2 3/8 inch circle. So that's gonna give us our ones there. All right, so see, this is gonna go like this, and this will come right onto here, and then that's our card. And then with the inside that we're going to do on there. All right, so I think that'll work. So I don't have my big black dimensionals here, so we're gonna have to use some of our little black dimensionals. We always seem to have so many of those and not enough black ones. Big black ones. Good idea to suggest that too. So that's gonna just go onto here. Oop, don't want to put that on there yet. I'm gonna put this right onto there. That's just going to go on there, because what I want to do is I want to come in, and with this twine I'm going to take them both together and I'm going to tie a double bow. That's going to be challenging with this Band-Aid. Let me try again. This is it's not as flimsy or loose as the regular baker's twine, and I think it's because of the gold in there, but I really like the feel of it. Okay, so I'm just going to come in there. It's quite a big bow. And then let's just put that off to the side. Then that is just going to come on there like that. So I can turn around and do it on an angle. So let's go in with a glue dot and just get that in there for sure. Oh my goodness, I can't believe New Year's card. That wasn't my first intention when I thought I was going to use this. I was actually going to do a Christmas card. I guess that's almost as bad. All right, so that's just going to go on there like that. And let's go ahead and stick that right onto there. We can do it off to the side so that it's even. So we're going to put our dimensionals right there. where did I say they're going to go right here? There we go. Okay, this is going to come in here. So, like I say, and then this is going to pop up like this. So then it's going to stand up. Now, if you wanted to, you could also put in a sentiment thing right there, or another circle, and just put, ooh, you know what? I could do that, where I could do a circle, a smaller circle, or this. Here, I'll show you what we could do. Let's go in and do that. Not like doing it on the fly. Oh, well, I know, Sharon, I really do appreciate you watching. And you know what? That's the beauty, though. Life is so much closer, and you have so many friends now because of the internet, right? All right, so let's go and heat set that. Okay, and we'll just heat set that. And I'll just show you how that part can go in there. I think this is like an elegant, I think anything made with that Christmas is, most of them are going to be elegant cards. Fantastic stamp camp. And we're on our 15th. Can't believe it. That is so hard to believe. So, you see, that's just going to go right in there. So I'm just going to come in with my seal. Oops. Now I want that. So it's right there. There we go. And then on this piece here, I just cut 3/4 of an inch of this piece. And it's just going to go right there. And let's go ahead and put that right there. Now, I guess if we wanted to, we could have turned around and put like just a belly band and have this attached to the belly band and then have it come off. That would have worked as well. So yeah, it's amazing when you actually go on the internet that we have that. Okay, so now gems. No gems with this, but this is something that's part of the stamp camp that we're saying that you need to put some gems on. So let's just go in and get some gems. And some of them have more gold flecks than others, so I'm just reaching for those ones. There we go. There we go. So there's our New Year's card. May it be filled. Oh my goodness. Guys, I gotta remove this. It's crooked. There we go. Now, remember I said there was a bit of residue, so just go in with your eraser and just rub that off. And then you don't have that residue on there as well. All right, and there's the inside of the card. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that you're going to play along with the mystery challenge. Thank you. Like I say, I hope you do play along with it. I think that it's an easy one. Everybody's got something to emboss, whether it's embossing folder or embossing paste. If you have, what's the other one? A punch. And what was the other one? Punch. Oh, this is awful. embossing, oh, and designer series paper. So I fit the bill. I got everything on there. So, all right, you guys. So remember, I will be live tomorrow, actually, at 4:15 Pacific time with a Now What. Well, I'll be picking something that you have on your picking something you may have from your thing, or it might be something that's new, and that might be really good to do as well. But remember to post it in the group, the Facebook group, and you'd be surprised at how much everybody just comments and loves your different designs. It is an amazing community. All right, you guys, don't forget, catalogs live today. Online exclusives are live today. There's some fantastic kits. Don't forget to sign up for World Card Making Day. It's free with Stampin' Up. They do have a great kit that goes along with it as well, though. But you can get all that information off from your demonstrator. And remember to create, because it's great for the soul. So we'll see you at 4:15 tomorrow with Now What series. All right, you guys. Bye for now.